Hello and welcome to another episode of my Working with Apple series. My name is Pullein and this week we are talking iOS mail. So the last two episodes that I've done, we have done Mac OS Catalina mail. This week I want to show you a few tips and tricks that I use every single day using Apple Mail on my iPhone, and all the rules that I'm going to show you today working in exactly the same way on iPad OS. And I may, if I find some differences, I may show you an iPad OS mail app maybe next week, maybe not, we'll see what happens. Anyway, this week it's all about iOS mail on the iPhone. That's what I'm going to show you, so stick around. Now, before we go any further, I would just like to say, if you do get any value from this episode, then please help me by hitting that like button below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, and you want to get all the latest news on Apple's productivity system, then please subscribe to my channel. Okay, it's now time for me to take you into my demo iPhone, which is basically my old iPhone, and I'm going to show you how to get the most out of Apple Mail on your iOS device. Okay, let's get started with my first tip here, which is to long press on the mail icon. I'm sure you know this already. If you long press on the mail icon, you get options and you can move straight into creating a new message, or you can get straight into seeing your inbox. So it's really, really fast. Of course, you could also, if you're using a VIP, if you've set up your VIPs, which you can set up on any Mac OS device, you can go straight into your VIP email box. So let's click on the inbox and go straight in there. That's incredibly fast. I'm actually using an iPhone 10, which is now 3 years old, or nearly 3 years old, so that's actually reasonably quite fast. Now if we go into here, there's a number of options. What you'll notice though is down at the bottom you don't actually have a delete key. It's just disappeared. Now traditionally what most people I've noticed doing is they hit the reply button, goes in there, pull this up, and you've got the delete key right there, so you can just delete that message. But actually there is a faster way of doing it. If you go to the archive icon down in the bottom left there, hold on to that, long press on that, and now you can delete the message. You can do that here, long press, delete the message, and you can go through your messages like that. It's actually a super fast way of doing it. Now let's go back into our mailboxes. Now if you only have one account in your mail app, then this is the way it's going to look. You don't have much choice over how you edit it. However, if you notice up at the top there, underneath mailbox, there seems to be a slightly darker line, and that's because this is an area that you can add mailboxes to. Now to do that, you click on edit, and now you have a few options. So I'm going to click on my VIP and my flagged, because those will be important emails. But also down at the bottom you will see add mailbox. I'm going to add that, and what I want to do is add my action this day and my waiting for. So I've added those and I've clicked done. Now what I want to do is I want to move these up to the top, particularly my action this day, because that's the mailbox I go into more often than others. Once I've done that, I can click done, and now you'll see that the top line I have all my most important mailboxes. Now if you have multiple accounts, let me just give you a quick screenshot of my regular iPhone here, and you can see, because I've got 3 accounts in there, that I've set these up where I can collapse most of the folders and just have the ones that I'm really interested in up at the top. So there's a quick tip for you on your folder management. Now here's another question that I actually got on my YouTube channel last week, on this channel last week, which is how do you set up your email signature? Now this is an interesting one, because the email signature is done by basically copying and pasting your email signature. Now I've got one here, as you can see. Now the thing is, the only way I've ever managed to get this to work consistently is to do this through Gmail. I need to send myself an email from the Gmail built-in application, the web version, the Chrome version. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my signature here. So I'm just going to get that to the right size. I'm going to copy that. Then I'm going to go over to my settings, my mail settings. So if you just go into your settings here, you go down and look for mail, which is right there. Click on that. Scroll down and you will find signature right down at the bottom. And if you've never done anything with your signature, then it's likely to say sent from my iPhone. So let's get rid of all that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on, and then I'm going to tap paste. Now what you have to do now immediately is shake your phone, and you're going to shake the phone and you're going to get undo attribute. So you click undo, and now that's the unformatted format. Now technically this is how it all works, and all you have to do now is, let's go into my mail, and we've done that. So let's go back to my, there we're going, go back to mail. Let's go back to my inbox, and let's just create a new mail. And what you'll see is that now the signature comes in. Now if you don't shake your phone, all you will see is null. If you send it from your Mac OS mail on your computer, where it says the CP logo there, what you will get is null. So it doesn't work, and I've only ever managed to get it to work if I send it from a Gmail account. So it needs to go from the Gmail online account direct to your phone, and then you can do it. Now the only problem I've got with this is that for some reason it's using Times New Roman, and I would need to fiddle around with it. But if you really want to get your logo in there, then that is the way to do it. I don't like Times New Roman. I would be spending time getting rid of that if I had this as my signature. This is my old email signature. All these tips I've given you here work identically on your iPad. It's just the same way. You can also, by the way, to get, if you're going through it from this, by the way, I should point out, you can actually just swipe from the right and you get a load of options, pretty much the same options that you had before. You can actually just tap on that, and you can, oops, around there, and you can move it and it will go in. And if you go into archive, you long press, it doesn't give you any options to actually delete the message. So you need to go into the old-fashioned way, but you can do all sorts of things. One more thing before we move on. What I want to do is show you another quick trick which is actually not that simple to do. What we do is we go down to here and we click on the print. This is if you want to save a PDF copy of that. You go on to print, and then what you do is you hold on to the email when it comes up like this, and then you'll see that you have an option to send it to a share sheet. Now what I can do is I can do this save to files, I can copy it, I can send it to wherever I want to do. So I could send it to my notes, I can send it to Todoist. If I save it to my files, I save it to my iCloud, and I will click on save. This will now save as a PDF. So just to give you that one again, what you do is you go in here and you go to into your action sheet, go to print, and then long press on the actual email. So long press, wait for it to come up, and then use the share sheet to send it wherever you want to send it. It will then come up, as you can see there, PDF document, and you're good to go. Just a quick tip for you. Okay, well that's it. Thank you very much for watching this episode. It just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Thank you for watching this video. Now, if you have enjoyed these Apple videos that I'm doing and you want to build your very own Apple productivity system, then please check out my Create Your Own Apple Productivity System course, which is available from my Learning Center and is incredible value, and it will show you how to bring all these parts together, the Notes app, iCloud, reminders and calendar, into one beautiful productivity system. Check out the course here. The details are below, and I hope to see you in the course.